Hi team, very good morning. Today we will learn about encapsulation, one of the important concept of OOPS in Java, that is encapsulation. What exactly the encapsulation is? In encapsulation we hide the data and code together in a single unit. So for what I can say, like for secured information, somewhat like ID, then Aadhaar details. This we write in a particular variable which is private in nature. So if I want to show you these things, let me create one class here. The class name will be customer class I have created, and inside this customer class I will write one private method integer, okay, some SSN number, and then I'll write another one variable like ID, which is secured details, which is sensitive information basically. Okay, and for this to get, we have to use some getter and setter method also to set the values from outside of the class as well. So how will we define this getter and setter methods? Let me show you that. Okay, so I just click on right click, then getter and setter methods for this variable. Okay, for this is get SSN and then set SSN for which variable? First variable. Again, for another variable also, let me create another getter and setter method, that is for ID. I'll create another one. Okay, so this get and set method is already defined here. What I will do here, okay, already defined, I'll create one main method, and inside that main method public static void main, okay, string okay, string function of args, and I have created this. Okay, let me remove this string function of args. So what I'll do, I'll create the object of this class, okay, customer class, and let me create the object of this customer class. Customer C is equals to new customer, okay, customer C is equals to new customer. This way I created the class, and I want that methods to set here. So how will I set the methods? So that will be C dot, the object that I have created, dot set method, that is set ID, and what, like we have to set some values to that ID variable. Let me write this value as set, okay, and then there is C dot set SSN, okay, set SSN number. So secured number like 89890. This, in this way we have set the variables. Okay, after setting this variable, this is all done, like we have already get those things, and then in the main method we have set that method. What is remaining? And I want to print that value. How will I do? System dot out dot print ln, and I want to print whatever I have set. Okay, so to print that, how will we do? Like get ID and get SSN. To set the value, set ID, set SSN, and to get the value, to get that values, that will be get SSN. Okay, so I will write like C dot Okay, the variable is this c dot get id, so it will print the value whatever we have written. C dot get SSN. Okay, so this is all the concept of okay, this is the concept of basically encapsulation. Okay, so like it's not necessary to define like getter and setter method for sensitive like data variables and all, but if we want to access those data outside of the class, like then only we have to define this getter and setter method. What is the advantage for encapsulation? It generally it improves the flexibility and that reusability of the code, and it helps for the security purpose also, like as you see that we have defined integer SSN and integer ID, which is this sensitive information, and we just by creating the object of that class we pass that, we set the value okay in the main method, and then we whenever we require that we get that ID and get the SSN. Okay, let me print this. The only three things we need: the variables should be always private in nature, we have to use getter and setter methods to set the values from outside the class, and yeah, that's the two things in encapsulation. Let me run this class. Run. Okay, so the output will be get ID and get SSN. Whatever we have given value 1 2 3 4 and 890 will print. Okay, so this is all about the encapsulation. Thank you so much.